Yo, what is up guys? Today we're going to talk about Genshin Impact and why so many people have such a huge problem with the game. So Genshin Impact for me is an amazing game, free to play or not. I've spent a lot of money on the game, and then I created an alternate account just so I could relive the experience with new characters. And if you're asking yourself, is Genshin Impact a game that I should try out or play? Yes, absolutely. Because it's free. Copy, paste Breath of the Wild into a JRPG and you have Genshin Impact. Climbing, gliding, stamina bar. The durability is gone, which is awesome, but you have multiple characters and you have a big long story and all this extra stuff, side quests, everything you could ever want is there. Now, what I think a lot of the people have a problem with is the gacha system. In fact, I know a lot of people have a problem with the gacha system, but the gacha system is sort of two-pronged in my opinion, or my opinion, in the sense that you can spend real money to do summons for characters, and then if you get multiple characters, you power up that character that you got a duplicate of. So there's not really a drawback to getting multiple characters unless you're looking for a specific character, because they have what's called constellations. The constellations go up to, I think, level 7, so you can get up to 7 duplicates of a character, and that character that you've already got is only going to get stronger, and some characters can only be like super OP when their full constellation is unlocked, whatever. They incentivize you to roll for characters. It's a gacha game. What I think people have even more of a problem with is the end game sort of system, the end game grind. Now, when you hear me say something like end game grind, are you thinking of your favorite RPG where you have to run around collecting all the little shiny bits on the ground, making sure that you don't leave anything out because you're trying to craft one god tier weapon or one god tier piece of armor? Yes. That's Genshin Impact. That's the end game in Genshin Impact. It is a end game grind. You get 3 of this basic material to craft 1 of this basic advanced material, and you need 3 of those to craft this higher advanced material, and then 3 of those to craft this higher advanced material, and so on and so on. You get the idea. That is like, there's a proper end game grind. I think more specifically, people have a problem with the resin system.
I wanted to talk about something that's happening in game and I'm worried is going to start scaring away and make the player base quit.
I need this resin to get fixed. I need this game to stop being so pay me money.
And that is why I'm talking to you all today while I'm playing and doing some dailies to talk about one of the most glaring problems in the entire game, and that is the resin problem.
Resin is something that you use to do certain activities in the game, be it these little shrines that give you level up materials for your characters, or shrines that give you level up materials for your weapons. Characters have a level cap and then you have to ascend them, which requires specific materials and blah, blah, blah. The farm is endless, but the resin you only get so much of. You can spend your primo gems, which is an in-world currency that you can get, that you can also buy with real money, that you can use to replenish your resin. Also, you get what's called fragile resin that you can use to replenish your resin. If you use 1 fragile resin, it restores 60 resin with a cap of 120. If you use your primogems, the first time you refresh, it is 50 primogems, and the next time it's 100, and I believe 100 after that until, I don't know. And you can refresh your resin up to 6 times a day. What I think people have a problem with is they wasted all their resin, or they wasted all their gems on summons or whatever, and they only get to log on, do their dailies, and spend their time playing 10 to 20 minutes a day on their account. They don't have multiple accounts. They're looking for this long, open, expansive, endless RPG that will continue on, and you continue to level up, and all of your time is well spent, and you're very productive. And I totally get that. But this is a gacha game. This is a gacha game. You literally roll for characters. There is a store where you can pay real money out of your wallet to get gems and stuff and buy stuff. It can be considered pay to win or not pay to win. I don't think it's very pay to win, but this game can weigh very heavily on your wallet. Which brings us to today's sponsor. I'm just kidding. You thought I was Ridge Wallet, didn't you? Did I get you? If I got you, you have to leave a like on the video. Those are the rules. Did I get you? Did I get you? Be honest in the comment section below. Did I get you? Anyways, I think that people spent up all their resin and all their resources, and now they hit the cap where they need to be able to replenish their resin regularly in order to do what they need to do to advance their characters and their XP and all that stuff. That's just my personal opinion. But you can't really get mad when you burn your hand on the stove, right? And say, oh, it tricked me. I got some really nice food off of that stove, and then when I touched it, it burnt me. Yes, you can cook food, which will nourish you on the stove, but the stove is also hot. Like, this is a gacha game. They are designed on making you have an excellent experience so that you spend all of your money. Yes, welcome. Welcome to gaming. Now, I totally get people's complaints about gacha systems and microtransactions in general, but I went into the game fully knowing what it was and how these big YouTubers or influencers or channels, I'm not throwing any shade, I'm just saying, come on, man. You're gonna give Genshin Impact a negative review for being a gacha game? How did I know it was a gacha game and I went in fully mentally prepared, and then you're like, oh, there's a energy system, and once you get to a certain point, you can't play anymore without spending real money. Interesting. Jeez Louise, I've never seen that before ever. And especially not in a gacha game, God forbid, a gacha game that is designed to make money off of your little dopamine addiction, little string you along, Hansel and Gretel along the way to get you to spend more money. God forbid a gacha game would do that to you. No way! Anyway, I totally get it. I personally think that the resin system could be adjusted. If you look at how much resin per activity you're spending versus the adventure rank, which is basically how you level up, your characters have your own individual levels, but you have a general adventure rank, which increases your world rank, which gives you stronger enemies and better loot. I think the resin or primogem, I think the economy of the game could be adjusted. I wholeheartedly agree. All, sarcasm aside, I wholeheartedly agree that the system could be adjusted to be more consistently rewarding. Do I think that a well-known gacha game should just remove the gacha? No. I mean, I'd like free characters and free stuff, but there's not really anything that's gonna keep me playing the game if I'm OP level 99 day 1 or week 1, right? I just hit adventure rank level 35 today, and I've just been playing since the game was released. I made an alternate account. I was re-rolling for some better characters. Like, I open up the interactive map and mark all the chests and mark all the things, and I spend a lot of time in the game. So these people saying that there's nothing to do, there is a ton of stuff to do. It's stuff that you don't want to do. But then why are you playing the game in the first place once you realize what it is? And I think that brings me to the larger point of, I think a lot of people were fooled by Genshin Impact. The game has been amazing. It blew up, not overnight, but basically, metaphorically overnight. And I think people came into it not knowing what it was and were fooled, and now they're mad. They're mad that they got to a point where it's like, oh man, I can't play anymore unless I spend money. Meanwhile, people like Damone Kim and all these other people who are used to playing these big MMO style grindy games are just like, this is what I do. Here's a live Q&A. This is how you should play the game. Watch this guide. I think since the game is so popular and also so big that many people are taking the time to make videos, such as myself, to capitalize on the popularity of Genshin Impact, who don't necessarily love the game, but realize how much ad revenue they can get on putting out a video that says, everything wrong with Genshin Impact, what, blah, 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 or just making guides. Yes, this is a very popular game right now. It's popular for me. I've re-rolled like 10 times. I have 2 accounts. I've spent a bunch of money on this game. Like, I love this game for the same reasons that I love Diablo, Borderlands, Destiny. I like walking around killing stuff and getting loot and opening chests and stuff like that. And a paywall at end super duper end game when I don't, there's a patch coming up and there's gonna be more game. Like, there's no way the hard cap can be at 30 when the maximum level is like way over here and people are like, oh, this game's dead. It's dead. Like, it's been out for a week. You guys are worse than the Pokemon community. Chill out. You don't have to spend any of your money. Maybe you just misunderstood and then felt fooled and you just don't like the game. That's fine. If you were genuinely like in the wrong mental state and not ready for what Genshin Impact was gonna be, there's another game made by the same company called Honkai Impact, which I'm pretty sure is basically just the same game. So, Genshin Impact, I love it. A lot of people don't. And the most common thing is, well, I wanna try it, but you know, eventually there's just nothing to do. Well, there's nothing that you want to do, but it's not that there's nothing to do. I can empathize. I just don't really feel like it deserves all of the hate that it's getting, but I can understand why people are frustrated with stuff like the resin system and the amount of resin that you have to spend for the amount of XP that you get is not proportional. So yeah, I get people's frustrations, but to flat out say that you shouldn't play the game or that you know, like not even adventure rank 35 and saying that you hate the game, you don't even know what the game is, bro. Have you gotten a 5-star artifact? Have you done the bosses? Have you you don't even know what the game is. Anyway, I love Genshin Impact, and if you don't, that's totally fine. If you do, yay! If I got you with that Ridge Wallet little bit, you better leave a like. Those are the rules. We agreed. Anyway, that's all I have to say while I make my clickbaity 10-minute video capitalizing on the popularity of Genshin Impact for ad revenue. Anyway, leave a like on the video, please. Please subscribe. I've been out of the YouTube algorithm for a very long time because I've been dedicated to exclusively streaming on twitch.tv/Mr. Dangermoss. I got the video bug and I kind of want to come back to YouTube, and I'm hoping that it's not like getting back with your ex and then suddenly realizing why you left in the first place. So that's where I'm at with making videos. Anyway, you guys have been great. I have been the Danger Moss. I will see you next time. Bye. I have catchphrases. You'll learn. This one is recommended to you, and then this is just one that's probably random that I picked. So click one of them